Welcome back to another episode of Overrated Everything. As you all know, or if you don't know, the podcast is essentially we get a guest on every week where we discuss an overrated subject in which we originally started to try and pick apart, but we just ended up agreeing with them most weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a moany podcast, but there's always lovely, laughable minutes in it.
And
Everybody loves to moan.
Everyone loves a moan. We've tried to be positive. Turns out we can't. We love to moan. So yeah, enjoy the podcast and please like, subscribe, sign up to our Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/overrated everything.
Enjoy the podcast.
How long have you been a band now? Have you been...
Too long.
We've been a band.
The huff.
We've been a band for 15 years.
15 years?
Still not even famous. Actually, yeah, might be a bit famous now because
you're getting there.
We've got a #1 album.
Well, that's it.
I mean, what more? That's kind of like it's a physical trophy of being famous. Isn't it? That's like a physical thing. Like you have now made it.
Yeah. That's something you can put. Like, do you know what I mean? Like we go on the telly and then it's off. It's done with. You've got a physical piece of something that you can
must
say.
have won
this.
awards though.
I've not. He has.
I didn't want to say
it.
Yeah, but I think most leads in a Shea Meadows drama get awards, isn't it? No matter what they're doing, it's just because it's Shea Meadows, isn't it? That and because people felt sorry for me mainly when I was a kid. It was like, God, he needs to sort his life out. Let's give him summer.
One of my favourite videos is that audition video of you.
Oh yeah,
when you got your bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Oh my God, that's on YouTube.
It is.
That probably touching 20 years ago now. That.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But you've you like over the last, what would you say, like 4 or 5 years, you've started flying.
Yeah, we put our first album out in 2020.
Yeah.
Literally, like we waited 10 years to release our first album, and then just decided to release it as this global pandemic just decided to happen, just right into the belly of it.
Yeah.
But was a lot of people not listening to music more and more then?
Yeah. Well, we kind of used that time like wisely, didn't we? Like we had this decision where we could just like all cry at home and get fat. So
Well, we did that as well.
got fatter anyway, but just wrote a load of songs, did a load of videos, made our own TV show, ended up getting on telly with it, and just like it kind of like went off. You know, like it was probably the best thing that. I'm not going to say it's the best thing that ever happened to us.
It was a strange one.
Loads of people died in that.
Yeah. No, but I always say that like it was a strange time because like I got to spend time with my family, got creative, started, you know, we brought this back, didn't we, for a while and got really into that, and it was a weird time, wasn't it, because you take so much from it. We were saying on one of the podcasts the other week, like I was going out like picking like wild garlic with my kids and shit like that. But it was like, what we're gonna do? We're gonna go for a walk today. That horrible smelly plant. It's wild garlic. Let's do just shit like that. Where you like coming back. Do you know what I mean? Getting creative, getting back to.
Yeah.
It's how the world should be, man.
Do you remember House Party? That was like a show.
House Party shit, yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
what
shit.
That was like the Zoom, wasn't it?
For like when it
for
the
about
thing.
30 seconds.
Yeah, for about a couple of days, and then one of our producer mates here, Lewis, he got hacked or something. His bank details, like it was like I think it was a big hacking scam. The whole app.
Was it?
People's bank details were getting raided and stuff like that.
No way.
But literally everyone was on
in there,
it.
isn't it, Lewis?
I liked it because you could see if people were on talking to each other. You could just like pop in.
Well, that was obviously meant to be fun. Like House Party was meant to be a good like fun thing. But before like we started using Zoom, Tom would just be on it every day, going, "Right, you're on it. Right, we're having a meeting. We're going to do this today." Like, this isn't fun.
We spent all day on House Party, and it wasn't a party.
Yeah. And then our mates and Johnny would be like, "Yeah, all right." It's like we're just having a serious conversation here.
Yeah, it was awkward, wasn't it? Sometimes you'd be talking to someone and then someone who's like part of the gang but not like in with the gang. You know? They'd pop up and they'd just go quiet. You'd be like, all right. Yeah.
That was always to me. I was always just ruining the atmosphere of everyone's
it's popping off, and then as soon as you're there, everyone's just like
oh, Tom's here, everyone. Right, anyway, well, should we, we've got some wild garlic to go.
It was a good time to reflect, though, I thought, COVID. I thought it was, like you said, time for just the world to breathe a little bit, wasn't it? And just
Yeah, I think particularly, as you were saying, as creative people, like, it gave you, like, a chance to breathe a little bit. Oh, God, that's a terrible analogy in it with COVID. But it did. It was like, it was a time to stop for a minute and like, assess. And and write and spend a lot of like we created our best work I think during that time because there was no other distractions. Like I didn't do anything else. Sat there in my knickers all day writing and writing bangers.
Writing bangers, I love it.
It's worked as well, so that's
Well, number one album. Don't want to go on about it, but I think you mentioned it, didn't you? Not me. So.
He was in with his fucking biffer.
And you've been saying that because I remember the first time I saw you. At Kendall Calling, probably was it last year?
Last year, that one.
And you was on like the alternative stage. I can't remember what they're called. Cause
it was a new stage for that year, wasn't it? Like
so you was in there, and obviously it was rammed. It was the lads from the K's who said, "Oh, you need to come watch these." Oh. And then now we've just been speaking, and now you're on the main stage.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, feels like we've done a proper journey at Kendall because the first time we did it, we opened up the festival and we played.
At the house party stage, believe it or not.
And no one was there, and we were like, "What's going on?" And then like I think they opened the doors like half an hour after we'd started playing, and then people started coming in, and they'd not even opened the festival yet, so we were just playing to
played before the festival.
Wow,
It was like,
we did a DJ set like that, didn't we? Not long ago.
We probably know who's in charge of that.
yeah. Well,
no names.
Literally, yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like, just play a bit of music. Like, there's no one here. Like, what's the point? Because we did it, didn't we, in Birmingham around Christmas, and we were playing to an empty room for ages, like going, no one's coming in. But then they opened the door. Whoever was on in the main room had finished. They opened the doors, and it's like, oh shit, we were just playing fucking Barbie Girl and that, weren't we? We literally like we'll play music, but we're playing shit music for a bit because we're not wasting our bangers.
Whoa, Barbie Girl's not shit
well,
music.
No, but
mate.
you know,
put some respect on Aqua's name.
Sometimes I'm like that with DJing now. I kind of like I put on the tracks that people want to hear, but then I get so pissed. I'm like, do you know what? Fuck that. I'm just putting, this is for me now, and I'm having the best time ever, and they're not enjoying Barbie Girl.
Do you know what? Since getting, I'm sorry to mention this again, guys. Since getting a number one album, I've been asked to do a lot more DJ sets, and I've never really done it before. So I need some advice on songs that I should and shouldn't be playing. Really, like what really goes off. What would you drop? What's a guaranteed?
I've got a list of like bangers that kind of keep it going.
Can I have that list?
Yeah, you can have that list. But it's all you. I mean, I'm guessing it's weird because your music sort of would fit a kind of like that indie crowd, that kind of, especially with the new album, that kind of Manchestery crowd.
Yeah.
So your Stone Roses, Go Down a Tree,
Yeah.
your Happy Monday.
All the tunes that you want to hear.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing.
Like when you was, I always think about it like this. When you was a kid and the speaker got passed around and you put one song on and you put that tune on and everyone's buzzing off it, like that sort of tunes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, is that what it was like to have mates?
Yeah. No, this was just during COVID, really. Yeah, but I do find that Kendall's good for that though. It like kind of it gets hold of a band or a singer or a group of performers and they sort of nurture them and then you sort of progress and then like when you get to that main stage, you must be buzzing for it.
Yeah, I am. It really does feel like you were saying, like a journey because we've done it almost every year. I think since we did that one that no one was at. We played the Woodland stage loads of times.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
and
it's
always
sick out there, isn't it?
Yeah, always had like a massive crowd. And then when we moved up to that stage last year, we were kind of not expecting the reaction that we got. It was banging, wasn't it? It went off.
Yeah, they're good like that. I've noticed like the Sherlocks. I think the first time I went, they were sort of like on a smaller stage, and now they're on the main stages. I quite like that. I like when you see a band or a performer
evolve
that you've not really heard of, or no disrespect, but people might not have heard of you. Yeah. So they just stumble across you, and then next thing you've got fucking groupies for life. Then, do you know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
I feel like festivals are where we make a lot of fans, aren't we?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, like we pick up a lot of people and then get number ones. So.
And
it's still very fresh, so I'm still like really buzzing about it.
And that festival is one of them, innit, where like we bump into people like the same people like year after year. Do you know what I mean? Like places like like Park Life and stuff like. You might go 1 year and then there's no one on that year. But like Kendall seems to be one of them ones that people just go, we're going Kendall this year.
It's growing though, isn't it? Kendall's growing. It's changing.
It's bigger every time.
I feel like this year they changed the setting of it, the layout of it. There's times when I used to be able to get absolutely trolled and just I'd know where I was going. This year I was like sober.
It messed me up this year.
It was weird. It was because the main stage is normally like the bottom of that hill, innit, and it moved.
It all changed around. But what is it with the weather in Kendall?
It's always dead sunny and then always rain.
Yeah.
Like, well annoying.
It's always been sunny when we've played.
And then by the Saturday it's just like a mudslide, innit?
Yeah, one of our we was DJing on a Sunday night, I think, one year, and it got cancelled. It might have been a house party actually.
Oh yeah.
Because it just the mud and the rain was just so bad.
Because that was at the bottom of that, or something. It was near that hill, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you love going to festivals as like not playing? Did
And
you always enjoy that as a kid?
we don't really have chance anymore, do we? Like
No.
every single weekend over summer we've got festivals like kind of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is like I feel really grateful for that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But you don't really get to experience do the festival experience anymore. To be honest, I'm
He's a diva.
too famous to camp. Too old and too famous.
Yeah, but
We're
when you
doing
get to a
them.
certain point, they give you like nice glamping tents and shit.
Yeah, I'm not quite you famous.
No,
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
it'll happen, mate. I ain't got a number one, but I've got a biffer.
Yeah. I'm just in between.
I'll explain to you after the podcast what a biffer is. Don't worry, mate.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Are you?
Do you know what a number one is, or do I need to explain?
It's just been lost on him the whole way. Why does he keep counting?
Just numbers about. What other festivals you playing this year?
Oh, all of them. Glastonbury.
Are you doing Glasgow?
Yeah.
Sick.
And we're actually going to stay for that week.
Yeah,
You've got to
Yeah,
stop.
you got to
Social
stay for
life,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
remember-
massive there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'd never been. I got asked to DJ it one year, and I remember ringing my missus Charlotte, and I was like, "It's happened." Like, you know,
Yeah.
the number one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking doing Glasgow.
Yeah.
And I rang her, and she said, "Oh, buzzing. What weekend is it?" It's like August 27th or whatever. She was like, "We're on holiday that week."
Oh.
And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?"
No.
And then the year after, I got invited as well and couldn't go again. So I've never managed to make it there.
Oh,
But
you
have you
need to
been
go.
before? Have you played it before?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
it
we couldn't go for years,
2019,
could we? Because
yeah.
I didn't ask us and that. So
When they ask you this year, you should have just gone, nah. I'm not interested.
we played it one time before. We played a really late slot in the Rabbit Hole, which is like a secret stage that they don't advertise. You have to like find it through.
You have to crawl
You have
through
to
a
crawl
fanny.
through a hole to get.
You have to crawl
it.
through
Fanny.
what? A
Through
fanny?
an actual-
Oh,
an
it's
actual...
actually
yeah,
a
and when you come out,
fudge.
it's a
Oh,
fudge.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're like born into the...
Yeah,
then-
something
It's an experience.
Well, the whole Glastonbury thing's meant to be a bit of like, it's all a bit wacky.
Yeah, but-
Yeah,
It's like the size of Manchester, like it's
the site is
mad.
the size of
I don't think I
Manchester.
saw all of it when we were there last time. It's just so big. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you're an artist, do you can you get ushered round it in like a little...
No.
We weren't.
Well, yeah, and maybe this time
Yeah,
I got
maybe.
number one. But like, we were like carrying our stuff over like through the.
It was like
hole.
the hottest ever Glastonbury.
Oh,
We had
it
like
was
a
so hot.
3-mile walk with like all our guitars and drums and everything, just like sweating. Got to stage just like looking
Just all
at you, covered in dust,
grumpy
just like,
as fuck,
Get off
like,
me!
Oh, no.
But
Hopefully
it was
this time.
magical.
Get a little
wasn't
golf caddy this time or something
hope
now,
so.
I imagine.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hope
sure
so.
you will.
it? Surely.
Yeah. I love them. Like, festivals have always been... I always say that... Because I went to my first one when I was 18. I think it was like V-Fest. And I had such a good weekend. And now I've got a little boy. As soon as he's old enough, like, I'm taking him to festivals.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's just like... You're introducing yourself to new bands, the bands that you love already, and just like the atmosphere and the buzz around the
Yeah,
festival
man.
is sick, isn't it?
They're specifically designed to have fun in.
Yeah, people have
You know what I
paid
mean?
to
Yeah,
go and have
that's
fun
what
for a
it
week.
is. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
for that.
Let your hair down,
It's
innit?
nice to escape in it
Yeah.
and just like forget about everything for a bit.
Yeah, of
I'm
course
like
it
you
is.
though, like it's the dirty, it's the campy. Like I'm just if there was a hotel near it, if they built a hotel, Glastonbury, just build a hotel in the middle of it. It's the size of Manchester. You won't even see
Yeah,
it.
but
Well,
then
they
that
do.
just
They've got one.
That'd
Oh, have
sell
they?
out like that, and it'd be 700 quid a night.
Oh,
It'd
yeah.
be-
Mate,
Yeah, they're working-
my mate's going there. It's 10 grand a ticket
What to stay in
Like
if
the
you want
posh
to stay in
bit, yeah.
like the glamping pods. With,
10
Well, I mean, if you want to
grand.
do
Yeah.
it, if you're gonna do it, then
10
if
grand,
you've got
though.
the cash. You're number one, baby.
True.
Do you know what I mean? What's 10 grand to a number one?
Give that to your accountant.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was fucking Glastonbury, is it?
Yeah, expensive.
100%. You could run that through the books, mate. You'd be sad.
You probably
Not that I
could.
condone tax. Yeah,
No, my
yeah.
accountant said like Ellie, shout out Ellie. She's really straight, isn't she?
Yeah, she
Doesn't
sees what we've
edit.
been buying on Amazon. She's like, have you put the invoice through for this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like, every time I'm trying to write stuff off, she's like, nope.
Oh, really?
Can't do
It's
that.
a good thing and a bad thing, though. 'cause
It's a
if
bad
that-
thing. I'm really skint every time I've got to pay my tax.
No, but if it comes down further in the line, if you got investigated, mate, you'd be fudged.
Yeah, but it's
So-
cool for the autobiography if I got jail, innit? Like, it's the
Yeah,
jail
but it's
years.
not cool to go to jail for tax avoidance.
Yeah.
You want to go for like smashing
It's
hotels
not very rock
up
and roll, yeah.
filling Alex Turner in at a festival or something. That's what you want to go jail for. Not fucking tax avoidance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
actually.
Imagine there with like murderers and that. Like, what you in for? Killed a man. What about you? Didn't put my books through one year.
Yeah, try claiming a match.
Do you want me dinner?
Hello, I'll be your bitch.
But you've been on a mad tour as well, haven't you? Because I was just saying off camera that you've just been in Grimsby. What did you think of Dr.
That is fucking mad
That is a
tour,
mad
innit?
tour.
Probably the highlight of the career.
Amsterdam to Grimsby.
Is that where you played in Amsterdam as well, have you?
We did.
Oh yeah, all over
Or have you
really.
been in
We
Europe?
started-
Just in Europe?
We started
Yeah.
in Sheffield,
All right.
What
then
place?
straight to Amsterdam. Where did we? Lead Mill.
Lead Mill.
Oh, nice,
good
yeah,
gaffer,
Lead Mill.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
That's safe now, isn't it? Because there was a time
Oh,
when it
yeah.
closed down.
Yeah.
Which was obviously like, because it's an iconic thing for Sheffield, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I think they booked us and then they're all right now.
Yeah.
No, they're going under now.
I love it. Humble Tom.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I really want to know what you thought about Grimsby.
I liked it. It was a really good gig at Doc's Academy.
venue's mint,
Everyone
yeah.
was really sound as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like, dead nice. They really looked after
Cracking
us.
beer, innit? And that green room overlooking the top's lovely.
Yeah.
And the chicken wing place down
Yeah,
there,
they've got that
was
little
nice.
mockingbird thing
Yeah, that
outside.
was
I'm
nice. I
flying
was
the
happy
flag
with
for
that.
man.
Yeah, you know what? Shout out. Doc's
He's got
Academy,
shares.
It's really good.
Yeah.
They got us a little card.
It
and
like
that's
sold
all,
out
didn't they?
straight away as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, because we'd never been to Grimsby before. I think the only time we've ever done Grimsby, there's a band from Grimsby called Orphan Boy.
Yeah, of course. I know Smithy and that.
Do you?
from before,
So
yeah.
we played with them years ago.
Yeah.
Where was that? Was that been at like the Yardbirds?
Festival.
I don't know
Where
where
was
it would have
that?
been.
What?
Glee
Glee?
Oh, Cleefest.
Cleefest.
Yeah,
Cleethorpes.
Cleethorpes.
Oh, was it in
yeah,
Cleethorpes?
yeah.
But like, if I think of Grimsby, I associate Orphan Boy.
Yeah. They've
They
just
were
got back
great
together
band.
now. They've
Have
just,
they?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think they're
good.
playing Manchester soon, actually.
I've
Yeah.
got to see them. They had some banging tunes actually.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. But the and then you're in Liverpool tonight.
Yeah, we've done like I think it's, I don't know, I'm surmising, but I think it's about 38 gigs without a break, just no
Yeah.
days
Wow.
off.
God.
Which is just whoever sorted that out has got no regard
You
for our mental or
insisted on
physical
that.
health. Yeah, it was me. I was just like, look, we're gonna get a number one record. I want to not sleep until we've got it.
Have you got number one?
I don't think I mentioned
You
it.
said no. And do you find that, because obviously we're all still young, do you like having a drink and stuff when you're on, or is it?
I've not drank for like a year now.
Oh, you've been
but,
on for a year?
No, it's
Oh,
been
well
a year.
played, mate.
But these lot do.
Me
Yeah.
and Joe.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
have
Make up
fun.
for it.
Yeah. I mean, you can still have fun without it, of course, but
Yeah.
I guess when you're drinking as well, like, I know from past experience when I've been working, drinking, it just absolutely wrecks you, doesn't it? You can't do both. I don't think you can do both.
I am
You do
feeling that
both.
we've been doing 6 weeks of gigs and me and Joe have been kind of tanking it.
Yeah.
It's just been a bit like, ugh.
I think
I
it's
don't
that
know,
rock and
I
roll
don't-
lifestyle as
yeah.
well, though.
I
That's
don't
good
know
for the
how you do it.
autobiography.
Yeah, I think when you've got to interact with people, like interact after gigs and stuff, you've always got that adrenaline dump when you've come off stage, and then and then you go and like speak to people, and I'm just like, but if I've had like a couple of Stellas, I'm like, Harry, and I'm like,
Yeah, we like to make a point of like going, because the reason that we're doing so well is because people are buying our music and like buying the
course.
tickets, so we always want to go over and like chat to them, don't we?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I love that. You see it
Yeah.
more and more nowadays when you go to gigs. They're all the band and the crew members are all stick around after
Yeah.
another drink, and yeah, it makes a big difference, doesn't it? Because
I think so.
If they're spending their money on
Yeah.
coming to see your
people
show,
have got the time for you. Why shouldn't
Do you know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
that's it, innit? Like you say, like years ago, that was just a done thing. But like now, people like, because I saw you guys like with the tweets and that, like it's important to actually buy like rather than just listening to it on Apple or Spotify or anything like
Yeah.
that. Like get the LP. Do you know what I mean? Because that is people actually taking the time out, because they probably have got Spotify.
Yeah,
but they're
of
going, no,
course.
we're going to buy the album as well and
Yeah,
support it.
well,
Fucking
not only
brilliant.
does it really help the artist, but I think like music's kind of become disposable these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's a bit passive sometimes because you get like these editorial playlists and everything. People just put them on and it kind of happens in the background, and then it's gone. It's off the playlist the next week. It's gone. But I want to like physically hold.
Yeah.
I want to hold an album in my hands and in my heart.
And I often wonder
Quote
what
me
that
on that.
does to like subculture, culture as well. Because like when I was younger, like I love hip hop. That's always been my thing. And I'd get like a bit of money and I'd buy like Eminem's new album or whatever and get the album and stuff like that. So that was the music I listened to. I wouldn't really listen to, Slipknot or whoever, because I wouldn't buy both. I'd have that choice.
Yeah.
Where, like you say, so like that's where subcultures came from, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
you're
all that.
right.
Where
Actually,
now,
yeah.
kids can listen to like anything at any time, so they're not gonna get invested in this type of music and then start buying the clothes and start
Yeah, and
looking
therefore
at their
build an
own-
identity around
Yeah,
the culture.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
which I thought was nice in
absolutely right.
one of your
And then
lyrics
that's
where
when-
you talking about discovering films and songs of the Smiths
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that. Like that's
yeah.
that's what that is, isn't it?
Have
Where
you listened to my
I listened to your
Oh.
song, yeah, of course I did. It's number freaking one.
What's the best Eminem album? Do you reckon?
Mash Mathers LP.
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
best album ever. That's probably just my favourite album ever.
Yeah, probably it's one of mine. Yeah, definitely. I think it's just a great album, innit?
Yeah.
Because it's like just on the cusp of it.
Yeah, Slim
kinda
Shady
becoming-
LP was mint, obviously,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
Marshall Mathers, I think that is the seminal album. He got a bit angry after that for me.
Yeah, and then
He
obviously
started shouting at Rihanna.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think yeah, and with most rappers, most musicians, stuff like that, like there's that sweet spot in there, because I like music, like you say, like where it's like people, I like the struggle in it, me. I like hearing that and relating to that. Once, like, especially with like rappers and that, like the amount of money they get. Once they get to the third or fourth album, it's like, right, we get it, you're rich.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same as film, though, isn't it? Like the working class sort of relate to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Billy
yeah.
Elliot cares and all these films. Like you've got that sort of that sense that you've got it in common. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it does. But like what you were just saying then about subculture. But then that leads into fashion. That leads into
That's what I mean,
everything.
yeah. Like,
Music's
everyone's going to
so
be dressing
powerful.
the same. I mean, they are, like, if you look around now at, 18, 19-year-olds.
Bloody kids.
There's no, the
all
bloody
dressing
kids.
same. Not listening to Eminem.
With the come out parents, sadly.
There's no goths anymore. There's none of that. There's nothing.
Where's all the bloody goths?
Get off TikTok and put some fucking black makeup on. But it's true. I worry. I want my kid to be a goth or something.
You know what? I
Do you know
never
what I mean?
thought about the impact that Spotify would have had on artists, because, like you say, record sales are just they must have taken such a hit.
You don't really, unless you're like streaming mad numbers, which
Yeah.
we're not particularly. You don't see a revenue stream off it, like
Just
at
not at
all.
all.
No, well, nah, basically nothing. It's just the way it is now. I've got this whole thing about it. Like, it's just, as a music industry, we've had to adapt, and we've had to adapt several times. If you like go back in time to when music was first recorded, I don't know who dropped an EP, like Beethoven or some shit. Like, everyone was like, that is gonna just kill the music industry because
it's
no
live.
one will go and see these artists anymore. Or Beethoven, and then. Obviously, that was like the birth of the recording industry. Like, it didn't kill it at all. And then, like, if you fast forward a bit later on, then cassettes were made, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's just going to kill the music industry because you can record it off the radio now. No one's going to buy it." Obviously, cassettes didn't. It just boosted it even more. And then fast forward to when the drummer of Metallica, Lars Ulrich, invented Napster. He didn't, did he? But that's funny. That's a funny thing to say because he hated it.
That's gone over.
It's not lost on us there.
No, but
Number
people
one,
at home would
number
have
one.
liked that. Yeah.
People at home.
He's telling you to like it, yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny thing I just said, everyone. Drop it in the comments. Yeah, so it was like people are pirating then.
Yeah.
And then so we had to adapt. So Daniel Ek came along and he was like, well, we can do this piracy thing, but let's make it really convenient so you're not downloading like, do you remember all the shit you used to download?
Oh, I remember them days, yeah.
Yeah.
Download it, like,
LimeWire.
you'd always
Yeah.
download
LimeWire.
on LimeWire or something, and it'd be a big tune that you wanted, and you'd be like, oh, I can't wait for this. It'd take a couple of hours, and you play it, it'd just go, oh, for fuck's sake.
Is that your
Or
dial-up
you'd get
internet?
fucking rickrolled.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the new 50 Cent tune.
Don't
Gonna
worry,
give
be
you-
happy, Bob Marley MP3. I remember seeing that. It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, so he just like developed it in a way that it was more convenient, so people would pay $10 a month for it. And
Killed off pirating, to be fair.
Yeah, completely.
Which is great for the industry, but then
Also shit.
also shit because it's, yeah.
But it's the same, I suppose, with TV and film, innit? Like Netflix and that. It's like, it's the same.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I remember the first time I watched This Is England actually was a pirate copy. Like I've managed
I've
to
never
get
watched it.
Really?
I watched it. I managed to get a pirate copy of it, and me and my mates watched it. But like, because that was the time then, like everyone had, you go in the pub, wouldn't you? And there'd be like a guy selling DVDs
Yeah.
and all that kind of shit.
All this because you never got invited to the cast and crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, why weren't you?
We all had a great screening of it. It was great. We was all together.
I was sat with Shaw on a
The whole
fucking
gang.
Yeah.
Sony whatever.
Yeah, we had Noel Gallagher there at the screening. Oh, it was fucking mint. Yeah, tell us more about this piracy.
I'm really trying my best not to do an impression of that scene in the tunnel when.
I feel
when
like you're going to do it.
I know I want to. Yeah.
Go on, do
And
it.
you're like,
do
Woody,
it.
oh Woody, but it's my place. Oh Woody, but I just feel like he's taking me place. I love that
Well, there you
film.
go. There's the clip for YouTube. Anyway.
Is that not a good impression? No.
No,
fucking alright, to be fair.
But what you just said about with Netflix and Amazon and Apple, they're making great TV as well. So
Yeah.
they're also
But
accumulating.
it's having a
jobs.
knock-on effect
True,
now.
they do fund it, don't they?
They
Spotify
fund it,
don't
like-
fund projects.
Yeah,
Maybe they should
whereas-
start doing
Well, that's
it.
what I'm
If
saying.
you're watching Daniel Ek, and why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
Fund me.
But also, everyone thought that about after when Netflix and that came along, Blockbusters obviously took a big battering.
Yeah.
But now, Netflix have gone, yeah, okay, but we'll make our own stuff, and it's made it better. Some of the shit you see on Netflix now, and Apple TV are flying, but I've not done any.
But apparently
of these
now
things.
there's I was, because my agent told me it's all quiet at the moment, that's why I'm not going up much. But no,
I'm fucking non-stop. So.
She sent me this link and I was looking at it and it was saying, like, because there's so many of these companies now, with all these outlets making so much stuff, it's actually harder now to get good stuff made because it's got to, like, tick a load of boxes, it's got to, like, so, like, a lot of commissioners now are turning around and just going, we're not accepting anything now because we've got loads of, it's like created like too much stuff, do you know what I mean? And because of COVID, like say, a lot of people were like at home.
What's this?
writing.
Is this with like Netflix and stuff? Is that
Netflix, because they're just, if you think about it, back in the day, you've got like, again, kids, you've got like 5 channels or whatever, so all the things are getting made and they're getting distributed between those 5. Now, it's all getting made and then there's just so much stuff for like Netflix or such, so it's just hard to kind of.
But you know, also as well, I heard that what Netflix are doing and other companies like Apple, they're buying scripts that they've got no intentions of making.
Oh yeah, production companies
Just to take it
Ju-
out.
just to take it out of the ball.
Music industry does that.
Yeah.
Is that what happens?
You get big
Yeah.
labels signing bands that are a bit similar.
To one
Like
of
I
their
knew a
big
band who was
ones.
similar to Kasabian, and they got signed with a big deal and just shelved, just because they knew they were launching Kasabian, and they didn't want like
Oh my
any
God, how
competition.
snide is that?
Proper snide.
But it's mad that it works both industries.
Well, we got
like
dropped
so.
from a label. Like we signed to. I'm just going to talk about it. I don't care. We signed to Warner Brothers Records like years ago, didn't we? Seymour Stein signed us, and Seymour signed like Madonna and the Talking Heads and Ramones. So it was like a really big deal. You know, he's old. He was like 180 years old when he signed us. But I feel like the label kind of decided that he was too old now to know what he was on about, and they turfed him out. And when they turfed him out, we had this choice to make of whether to stay with the label and probably get shelved, or take our album and go out into like the big bad world and see what happens. So we did that, and I just want to congratulate Warner Brothers Records for having the number 2 record last week.
Have that. Fucking have that. Yeah, baby. So we were literally just speaking before that we came on, because obviously we get a guest on to talk about someone that's overrated. You said that you had a couple of things.
Oh yeah, well we were talking about a lot of them, can't remember them now, but the beach, going to the beach, that's crap.
yeah, I'm with you on that
right,
one.
okay.
Crap that, innit? Like I just feel fat and disgusting and like
Sand up
judged
your
and
ass.
pale.
Sand shit.
Yeah.
Sand
Sand
everywhere.
in your
And I always say, the ocean is the same as Australia. People should not fuck with it. It should go in it. There's too much stuff in
It's
both
scary,
the ocean
isn't it?
and Australia that just wants to kill you. Like, you hear about it all the time, don't you, in Australia, like, oh, giant man-eating spiders and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we shouldn't have just left it. And it's the same with the ocean.
Just let these spiders have Australia.
Why the fuck do you want to be in the same place as a shark or even a jellyfish?
Yeah, no, it's scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't like
People pay for that pleasure as well. They pay to go like swimming with sharks.
In
and
Australia.
Yeah.
And they pay to go to
I mean, I'd love to
Australia.
go, but I'd be terrified. That's what I mean. Like, when I get in the sea, I'm not relaxed. I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm literally going, oh, what the fuck was that before?
Yeah.
Oh, is that jellyfish? And I've never been to Australia, but I'd like to think I'd do the same. I'd be walking around a normal street in Sydney, and I'd be like, oh, fucking hell, it was a snake.
I'm totally
Do you know
with
what I
you.
mean? We'd be like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Sounds like you need therapy, son.
No, I'm with you with that. It's definitely agree. And our mates' ratings have just been to Australia, and they were
How
saying
much for the
the same.
ratings been able to
Matins.
Mates.
Matins, yeah.
Yeah, the Matins.
No, but Joe
Good day,
was saying.
matins.
Good day, matins.
Oh, that's
There
brilliant.
we go. Go on, what was you saying? Sorry.
Joe was saying that he was like really drunk and there was this frog and he was like trying to pick it up and stuff, and then the next day the tour manager, who was like the Australian, like the carer or whatever, was like, one of them frogs. He was like, yeah, and he's like, it's like the
Do it
biggest
in an
killer.
Australian accent.
No. One of them frogs.
You went then, you went, no.
But no, you're right. Like, 'cause
It was like the biggest killing frog, and like the biggest.
What,
killer
that
in
particular
Australia.
one?
That
Like,
one?
Wanted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard as fuck.
There was an episode of Peppa Pig that they had to ban in Australia because it was an episode of Peppa Pig, so obviously it's a British cartoon, and it's like a spider. It's like, don't be scared of spiders, Peppa. You can hold them, they're dead friendly. Couldn't air that in Australia.
No, you can't.
Can't put that out.
Yeah.
Be shit scared of spiders, Pepper.
Don't mind the spiders.
Yeah.
Stamp on it.
But what, so, but I see. I'm on the fence with this because I live by the beach in Cleethorpes. Is on the beach.
I think I mean like beach on holiday.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
What? So, like, if you went to I don't know Mexico, you'd by the pool or by the beach?
Yeah, if I went to Rill.
What?
No,
standard,
like,
though.
yeah, just like any holiday beach, I just don't enjoy it, mate.
Yeah.
After you've got over the fact that there is some boobs knocking around, right, and that's exciting.
And that's mine.
Yeah. I've seen some boobs now. And then, like, after that, I'm just bored. It's boring.
And you're not very good in the sun anyway,
Oh,
are
I
you?
just burn.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that. And then, like you say, the sand, because I'll go in the sea a little bit, but like the sand is just a ball. Because if you're dry, it's getting in everywhere and all that. And then if you go and dip in the sea and come out, you're covered in it. And
Nope.
Do you know what I found the other week? I was on a golf holiday in Portugal. I know I sound Tory, I'm not.
I was on a golf holiday in Portugal with another few actors, musicians, that kind of thing.
All of
Tom
us with
Brennan,
awards.
you've heard of Tom, yeah?
Fuck's sake. I don't even want to tell you now.
we don't know about your Tory holiday. Do they have foxes in Portugal? They fucking don't now.
Oh God, I'm shook. No, fuck off. Now when you're on the beach, so I've been in the sea and I'd put my flip flops back on, and you walk over the sand, and you got it's all stuck in there, and but you've got those things that you press a button and the water squirts out. Why is there more sand after those?
That's
yeah.
true,
Build them
actually.
on the
Build
end,
them
so
at the end of the
Build them
sand.
at the end. So I'd got all the shit off, and then I was like, fuck, now I've got to get back on the sand again. And my feet are more wet than they was when I got here, because I've been on the fucking water.
Can you not hover? Can you not just like hover?
No, there's many-
You just stand still for a bit and then you just start fucking.
There's many things that a Tory can do. Hover, sadly, is not one of those.
Evade tax.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, you might be a Tory.
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
Sorry, I didn't even realise it, but it makes sense now.
Fuck, it's
That's even worse in Nick, innit?
And you got your hunting hat on.
Put me in with the murderers, please.
But no, I don't. I'm not a fan of the beach as such. But like, it was only through COVID, through lockdown, that I started appreciating living by the seaside, like walking down there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think British beaches are different. I think I'm talking about like a beach in Spain on holiday. I just get so bored. I don't want to be doing that. And I'm ugly. I'm not made for the beach.
You're not ugly, mate.
Oh, I am. I'm a slug.
that
No
why
one
you
wants
hide
to look at a big puddle of me lying on a lilo like that. It's just not, you know what I mean? Like, for the beautiful people, the beach, innit?
What's the dream holiday?
Oh,
What's the dream holiday?
I don't know, actually. Somewhere on my own with no one else.
Give over. You won't be able to not have attention for 5 minutes.
True,
He's
I
got
do
house
like
party
it.
on his phone still.
Yeah, sat on the beach on house party.
I used to go to Florida a lot as a kid, so
Yeah,
I've got like
Florida's
Disneyland kind of.
So like an active
memories.
holiday.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe, yeah. Or even like a city break, and like, you know,
City
I've
break.
got a little camera. I like taking pictures because I'm dead arty and that. So.
Yeah. What about you? Like you a beach.
We've just booked to be for
Oh,
as soon
right.
as this tour's
That's not
over.
a
And
Yeah.
is that going to be a
Holiday.
chilled all day, or is that going to be a, I've been drinking for 40 days straight on a
Might
tour,
as
let's
well
go
make
to
it.
Ibiza and go mad?
You
Might
get
as well
back
say.
to Ibiza and you'll need another holiday, won't you?
Yeah, we said we were gonna have a chill, and then Joe was like, he's just sat there going, no. He's like, we might maybe book a Schweier for one night. I was like, oh no. But yeah, we'll
Oh
see.
no.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not really a go on a holiday as such and just relax. And especially now I've got a 2-year-old, there's no such thing. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's just chaos. But
Beaches are shit with kids, gets worse
Yeah,
with kids.
Oh,
you've got to make sandcastles even
You've
more
got
sand.
to watch after him, look after him, all that.
You,
like,
you have to
obviously
do that
you
all the
anyway.
time.
You do have to do that all the time.
nah, Charlotte can do that. I'll get pissed. Just quickly then, you said the word city break.
Yeah.
So define like a city break. Where do you draw the line? Because I had a discussion with Charlotte, and I might have had it with you.
Yeah.
Like, would you consider New York as a holiday or a city break?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
stressful.
I think New York's a holiday.
Would
That's
you
not
say
a-
that?
For me, if I'm thinking city break, I'm going Europe.
But Tom will just
Somewhere
go
that's
to a
not
city
far
break
away.
and just go to like the same shops he'd do at home. He'd go to Zara for
Zara,
like 5
H&M.
hours.
I just
He
wanna-
wouldn't
yeah.
do any sightseeing.
Well,
he'd just
I
go
like
shopping.
going to Zara and H&M.
Paying for it in euros.
It makes it more exciting.
Just looking at it, it's the same price. But it has it in pounds and euros. It's £55,
do
it's
that.
53
You do
euros.
that in the
There
traffic
you go.
centre because they've got the euros on it here, so you don't even have to pay to go away.
Every day's a holiday in my
Do you know
mind.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
just-
Yeah.
It'd be wasted on you. You wouldn't go seeing any sights. You'd just go shopping.
Well, we do a lot
And
of
Burger King, you wouldn't go to like a nice get some nice
because I
traditional
want to see
cuisine.
what all the Burger Kings are like.
Yeah, you know,
It's normally
It's
McDonald's.
exactly the same.
but no, but like we have this discussion because we went to Milan, didn't we, a few
City
years
break.
ago,
Oh,
and
yeah.
your wife's very much like that. She's like, I like McDonald's, and that's
Yeah.
why I want to go. And I was like, oh, but we're in Milan, like. pasta, pizza, and all that. She was like, I know,
Why
but...
did you do the accent?
but then she was like, like the McDonald's do different stuff, and I was like,
Yeah, that
they
is
do beer,
exciting.
so I was buzzing.
Oh,
They
that's
do beer
alright.
in,
Yeah.
Oh, they
McDonald's
do, yeah, they
in
do that in
Italy.
quite a lot of Europe.
Yeah.
That
It
was
is good when
nice.
they've got like a different like product on the menu. That is exciting in a foreign
Yeah,
market. That's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh, they've
Yeah,
got chicken fries, bloody hell.
Yeah, it's always
Lose
makes
your
you
shit
want
over
it
it.
more, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Big Mac or whatever.
This brings
yeah.
me to something else I think's overrated.
Go on.
KFC.
Whoa!
No.
Stop the podcast.
It used to be incredible. My mum used to come home with it from Wharton KFC. Every Tuesday night we had KFC and it was amazing and I really looked forward to it. Come on with these big buckets and it was like the best. But now, every time I fancy one, I have it. It's crap.
What about when you're hungover though? I think KFC's banging when
that's
you're
a
hungover.
I've not drank for years, so maybe that's
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
Maybe that is
Maybe
why I
that's
don't
So
like
maybe
it
we're the
anymore.
fools because it's only nice when you fucking rough.
Maybe, yeah.
But nah, I quite like KFC. If there's my local McDonald's and KFC, they're facing each other.
Ooh.
So
I think
we'll
it's
drive
the
up
same
and
in a lot of places,
my
isn't
wife will be like, "What we having?" And I'm like, if there's a choice, it's going to be KFC. Like,
Always.
That's not well,
Do
yeah,
a bit of
but-
both.
No, not often. The only time I thought KFC went downhill is when they started doing the different chips. They
Yes.
started doing like McDonald's
See, I
style
preferred them.
fries, and I
Yes.
was like, "Get to fuck."
Can you remember
do
that?
the big chips?
Can you remember that global "we've run out of chicken" thing?
Yeah.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
And they ran out of gravy. I was fuming. They wanted to give me beans. I was well not happy because I'm a gravy
Well,
enthusiast.
you were a vegetarian for years, but you still had KFC gravy.
Little
didn't
KFC.
you?
Oh,
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Because
just-
that's made from the thing in it. The
I just
meat
used to
juices.
pretend I didn't know. I was just like, oh no, it's not. It's vegetarian.
Shot in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that though when they had no chicken. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
what
a-
the fuck? Why are you open?
That upset me more
Why
than the
have you
pandemic.
made all these people come
Crush'ems.
to work today? Give them the day. Yeah, Crush'ems. Give them the day. I did
Kentucky
that
Fried
once.
Crush'ems.
Oh.
I went on a date and took the girl to it was like a Pizza Express, and they were, oh, we've got no cheese. It's a pizza shop. Why close? Close early. Avoid disappointment.
I've been on a date as well before.
Have
Have
you
you?
been on a
Tell
date?
us. now I'm really curious about your first ever date. I want to know about it.
Oh,
Tell
my
me.
first ever date? I don't really
It's
know.
in a couple of weeks, innit?
Once this tour's over, I'll find a girl, Mum. I promise.
Got me number one now.
You don't need to date girls now. You got number one.
I
man.
know,
You'll be
yeah.
alright.
My DMs have gone crazy with women, honestly. It's mental. Me Auntie Tracy, we're really proud of you. Me mum, when you're back.
Mate, hiya mate, really big fan. Can you come on the podcast?
Yeah.
Aw.
No, yeah, I can't remember my first date. I don't know. I don't
It's
think
like
it matters.
cinema, innit, when you're a kid?
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Yeah, cinemas.
when you're a kid. Yeah, I don't think I dated until I was probably 18.
Really? Oh, sorry, I laughed at you there.
You're going to need therapy after this.
I know, yeah, why is that not normal?
You don't really date when I don't know, when you're a kid. You just kind of go
Tap
up to
off.
a girl and just go,
Yeah.
I like you.
Yeah. me mate said me fancy shit, yeah.
Had me on MSN.
Yeah. Oh, MSN,
MSN,
man.
man.
Yeah.
That's
Those
something that
were
the
the
kids
days.
today are just never going to understand, innit?
Should we not make
pirate
it
music.
like the app? Like, could you not make an MSN Messenger app? Do you think that would
It's like
kick
Facebook
off?
Messenger now, isn't it?
Yeah, but let's make it like MSN.
So you have to
Bring
be
like-
logged on, you have to...
Bring
See,
back
that's
the
the thing.
helicopter and shit, and like PMSL.
And like the
Yeah.
nudge. Like it
Nudge.
knocks on your screen.
Oh, I used to hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that, like, you used to sign in and sign out and sign out? I used to do that so the girl
So
that
everyone could
fancied
see
noticed
you.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having statuses like, that girl from school.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, that's on
Shit like that. Like,
Yeah, that's-
no, but you could change your name, couldn't you? And
Yeah.
Stuff
Yeah,
like
to
that.
Well, I
like
used to
Tomo
do-
loves star.
Yeah, star.
Who's the star?
I used to have really pretentious lyrics, and then like one letter was big, and then little, and then big, and then little.
Whoa.
Now you're number one, mate. It was all worth it. From a very young
It all
age,
was.
it was
I used to. You could have like listening, like what you were listening to as well, couldn't you?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I used to
yeah.
always
That was
just have-
important,
Yeah.
I used to have it muted while I was watching a telly with like the most pretentious music I could find on, just listening to French jazz.
What music did you both listen to when you was like growing up? Was it similar sort of music?
Well,
Yeah.
Are you looking at me because of my terrible music?
No, like, well, we kind of met through a love of the similar music.
I
like-
luckily found indie like in later teens, but early teens I was like a proper goth mosher.
Well, so
No, see,
Yeah.
bring them back.
Where are the gods?
You need to bring them back.
I had like a Womble and then like Russell Brand, and
Yeah.
it was bad. Got
He's
bullied
got
to
mad,
shit.
hasn't he? Russell Brand.
He's,
Like,
yeah,
he's-
one of my favourite ever comedians. You know,
He's brilliant. I remember watching him in them films that Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Getting to the Greek. I was thinking he can act as well. Is there anything that he can't
Yeah.
do? Like, I bet he's got a massive rod as well. He's got it all, hasn't he?
I used to well fancy it.
I asked
Yeah.
it, just Google it. Have a look at his willy.
Is it on
Oh,
this?
it's in a fountain, in it?
It makes you feel a lot
Yeah.
better
What?
about yourself.
What, he
I
left
think
it
I
there?
read it in.
Why, is it quite... Has he got a
Is it
little
in
one?
his
I think he was on
pills.
pills.
All right.
I think he had pilly willy.
Pilly
Pilly Willy.
At the
The
time.
old classic Pilly Willy.
Right,
Yeah.
I don't get where it's. What do you mean it's in a fountain?
No,
I
he
think
was
he
stood.
was,
He was
like,
doing
on
some
drugs,
protest
yeah.
or something, and he pulled.
Oh,
And
like
it's
the picture,
online.
right, okay.
He's got a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
little tinker, yeah.
Was it
Oh,
cold?
God.
I think he just
I think it was the
Pilly
pills.
Willy.
But
mushroom.
Actually, I've seen his willy a few times. There was
Sorry.
a very early Matt Morgan and
Was this
Russell
your first
Brand.
date?
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah, me and Russ. There's a very early Matt Morgan and Russell Brand thing that they did, a TV show that I don't think even made it to the air, but you can watch it on YouTube. And he's in a bath in that. You see his willy, and you know what? Yeah, I feel all right about mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to look at it and go, that's big, that.
What was he talking about? It's massive.
Thank fuck, I'm already married. So, yeah, Russell Brand. So, was you similar or was you...
Well, I was obsessed with Queen in an unhealthy way at school.
Oh, nice.
I remember watching Queen live at Wembley and just being becoming obsessed with it. Watching it every night. My nan made me the yellow jacket, and I used to draw a mustache on at school and shit. No wonder no one liked me. I was the weird Queen kid. Just
It's
dressed.
fucking maths, Tom. Maths. Chill out.
Ayo! And then after that, I think I found Nirvana and
Nice.
really got into them. And then I remember finding the Smiths, like I mentioned in the song. And then that gave me this, like you say, it gave me this identity because I then became a Smiths fan, and I met loads of people that were Smiths fans, including all the band now.
Yeah.
And I say in that song you were talking about, you're going to find films and the songs of the Smiths, and in that whole universe for you to exist, it's going to teach you that others feel the same way. They're going to be your friends. They're still your friends today, and they are. So I feel like discovering that band and that music kind of changed everything for me.
Nice. And do you think there was a sense of identity there because they're from this area, aren't they?
Yeah,
Manchester,
exactly.
Salford
Yeah,
sort of
it's
thing.
like a working class upbringing in Northern England, isn't it? And they're always the bands that I feel like I can relate to the most.
Yeah.
Like Oasis and Stone Roses, bands like that. Yeah.
Who's the best band you've ever seen live? Other than Lottery Winner?
Firing the questions out today, I like it. Man.
Sorry, mate. It's
Yeah,
getting
no,
very
I like
interesting,
it.
really,
I'm enjoying
I like it. Radiohead were incredible. I got really obsessed with them when I was growing up as well. I think Arcade Fire were amazing live.
Lovely.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, I saw them in Manchester and they covered Still Ill by the Smiths, and I thought it was just beautiful. The Lottery Winners are probably the best.
Yeah,
one,
I was going to
right?
say, I've heard good things.
Very charismatic and handsome, that singer.
Surprised it took you that
And his
long.
Willie's
Looks a
bigger
bit
than
like
Russell
Tom Walker,
Brand's.
doesn't it? You are.
Oh, like that
It's
Tom
a bit
Walker.
Tom Walker.
I was fuming when I saw him. We were in the studio, weren't we? And it made me write a song. He was dressed exactly like me on the one show.
You were
Playing.
dressed like him, I think.
I think I was me first.
Can I
actually.
please
think I'm
tell
older
them the
than him.
highest point story? You said you're playing highest points tomorrow.
Yes, yeah.
And we are.
Oh,
Last-
right, okay, let me tell it. at
Last
least.
time we played
Let
it.
me tell it.
Okay.
Go on, you tell it.
Last time we played it, they were doing some promo for it and filming Tom walking around the festival and doing some bits to camera. People kept coming over to Tom and being like, "Can we get a picture of you? Oh my god, can we get a picture?" And he was getting quite buzzing about it.
I was like, mate,
I've made
this
it.
is fucking cool. Loads of people coming over asking for pictures, and I was really chuffed, walking around the whole festival. And then they became this little crowd around me, and I was fucking buzzing. And then I could hear people whispering, "I can't believe it. It's Rag and Bone Man." Rag and Bone Man was headlining, and everyone thought I was Rag and Bone Man.
mate.
So I had this decision to make: do I just be Rag and Bone Man for a bit,
Fuck it, own
or
it.
do I tell them? So I just signed everything as Rag and Bone Man.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah,
anyone
see you
that do that, you are only human.
Hey!
We have the opposite at Kendall. Obviously, we'll go. And everyone's like, fucking hell, let's shoot out this is England. And then he'll go, yeah, him as well. And they go, no, he's not.
Oh, really?
But I love that, though. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what he's on
Yeah, I
about.
hate it sometimes.
Gadget's my favourite character in This Is
Oh,
England.
cheers, mate.
Oh, there you go.
Tell that to
Genuinely. That's why I'm really good at the impression.
Oh, I hate when you fucked and you're at a festival and then people are asking you for photos, I always go, "Oh, Gadget's over there as well."
Take one for two.
Get one of him. Get one of him.
Yeah, God, I remember once I was coming out of the toilets at Kendal and it was hammering it down, and I slipped on a bit of mud and went fucking face first, covered head to toe in mud. And someone went, "Oh, can I get a photo?" I was like, no, I did do it.
Yeah.
I was fucking gutted.
How do you feel when people ask you for pictures? Like, I suppose you've been famous since you were a kid, right? So are you used to it?
It's one of them, innit? It's like if people are respectful, then it's bang on. Because at the end of the day, like my dad always said to me when I was younger, he said, if they've sat and watched an hour and a half of your film, your shitty film, I quote, if they've sat and watched an hour and a half of your shitty film, you can give them 20 seconds of your day.
Yeah.
Like, there's no questions in that. And I just, that always stuck with me.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like, I've made some real good friends from people coming over and saying, "Oh, I've seen This Is England," got chatting with them and become really good friends with some people. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, as long as people are respectful. But,
That's it.
You're the
Same really. Yeah. Like you say, as long as I did a job like last year with Johnny Vegas, and he does that. Like people go, "Can I have a picture, Johnny?" And he'll go, "If you say please, yeah, that's fine." It's nice. It's like don't just be like, "Oh, can I have that?" Like, if you say please, yeah, it's fine. You know what I mean? It is that kind of like, and it's nice, isn't it? I guess it's nice to. I messaged you the other day. I was in the Trafford Centre the other day.
No, you didn't call it the Trafford Centre.
TC.
He texted me.
Is that what you call it?
I just been recognised in TC, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Right.
TC?
I love that he's showing off about it as well, texting you about it.
You didn't give all the. So I messaged him going, "Just been
Can I remember my
recognised
first
in the
one as well,
TC from the podcast."
Oh,
That's
okay,
I was
all
like,
right.
That's nice. That
Yeah.
like the guy in the shop was like, "Oh, Andy Ellis," and I was like, "Oh, yeah, you've seen the walking, or you know," and then he was like, "Love the podcast," and I was like, "That meant something." Then,
Oh, so he
that's what I've
recognised you
made.
from something else and then said,
No,
"Love the podcast."
He said, "I love the podcast." You, Andy Ellis, I love the podcast.
Oh, that's sick.
So that was
Yeah,
nice. That's what I mean. That's why I text you. Not like, "Oh, I've been," you know.
No one else calls it the TC though.
No,
Well,
no,
I was
we
just
should
texting. I was
I
trying to
like
be cool. Do you know what I mean?
Let's
TC.
fucking remind him that he's 32 years of
Trafford
age, man.
Centre.
Yeah, still uses like Ruffle and that.
MSN days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has that happened? Do you know when you're playing a festival? So like, do you? Because like sometimes you'll play and there'll be people playing after you or before you. You want to go and watch them. Do you find that people are now asking you for photos and stuff in the crowd? Or?
Yeah, it's happening quite a lot, isn't it? Like, I like it, man. Like, it's everything I've ever wanted. But I was like, can you imagine like you two are like famous. You're film stars, right? You're in one of my favourite ever films.
Used to be.
Do you feel like you are a famous
Never.
person?
No.
Do you not?
No.
Oh,
But
I
I feel
do.
like a popular person.
Right. Okay.
I feel popular, but not like I don't know.
I always say this. We've done. The thing is, like, we've done something that's like well loved. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had friends before who've done like Joe Gilligan, for instance. Like when we did the first series of This Is England '86, he'd just come off Emmerdale, so he was getting everyone. "Oh my God, Eli Dingle! Oh my God, all that constantly." And you know, that's different to like with this. Like, it's a nice one, innit? People genuinely like, "I fucking love it." It changed. But people like, "It changed my life."
It's
It
an
made me,
incredible,
like, you know, stuff like
an
which is
incredible
nice.
film and series
Yeah.
actually.
No, bless you.
Like, it really
We
is.
are massive fans.
But can you imagine like the next level? Because I remember at Glastonbury last time we met David Beckham. Like, I was walking with Joe.
Oh wow.
And like I was still drinking and that then. And we were like, "Ugh." And I was like, "Joe, there's David Beckham," and he was like, "Yeah, alright, whatever." And I was like, "Joe, there's David Beckham." And we turned around, David Beckham was there, and he just like bolted and ran right over to him. And he was like, "David, can I have a picture?" And David Beckham was like, "No," and like just walked on.
serious?
But then you realised how famous he was, that he had people around him that you just thought was just a crowd of people, and then when you actually looked, it was like just like disguised big bodyguards and like just crazy, like the level
See,
of.
there's that level, isn't there?
Yeah, so I think there's a shift probably.
Yeah, because they just went, "Not today, mate," and his little face was like.
I seen a picture yesterday of Michael Jackson, and he literally had like prosthetic makeup on him, and it was to go to one of Jermaine's gigs when Jermaine was first starting out,
Right.
so we could go and watch it in the crowd without. And then he didn't even tell Jermaine till after or something. There was a story like someone said, "Oh, this is Uncle Roger" or something like that, and Jermaine shook his hand and was like, "Oh, nice to meet you," and everyone laughed, and it was like, "It's fucking Michael, you idiot," and he did it so that it wasn't. "Oh my God, look, Michael's here!"
I'm actually wearing a fat suit right now, so I don't get
Take it
recognised.
off. It's fucking Michael. That's how you got your number one.
Hey guys,
It's me, Michael.
Steady on now. Steady on. Come on. Yeah, no, there is that sort of level of fame that
When you can't leave the house, yeah.
Yeah, man. Because it can be like quite intimidating. There's been times when I've been out with my little boy and people like eating food and people have taken photos of me without asking.
Oh yeah, that's
We've-
weird.
And I'm like, I'm
yeah.
with my fucking child.
Yeah.
Like, have a bit of respect.
You
You
don't
know what I mean?
want-
If you come over to me and say, can I have a photo? I would get my little boy out of the way and I would happily have a photo with you. But
Yeah.
don't take a photo. So you can imagine what it must be like for like.
I've been
David
packed
Beckham.
on dates and stuff. I have been on dates. But like seeing it on Facebook later that night, and sometimes you don't want everyone knowing you're on a date, do you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a bit weird. But
And then there's that other side of it. Like you just reminded me there. Like I know of an actor friend who was telling me a story of when she went out with this. I won't name names, but quite famous actress, and she was like, "Oh, do you fancy going for a drink?" They didn't really know each other, and she was like, "Yeah, let's do it." Went out for a drink, and like paparazzi turned up and took loads of pictures. And she later found out that this actress had planned that.
Oh,
It was like I want to be seen with, because this girl was up and coming. This girl was like at the top, so she wanted to be seen with this up and and it was like,
no
wow,
way.
like there's that side of it as well where people get so famous.
How
you
do
have
I
to
get
play it.
paparazzi to come to photograph me?
Fuck knows. Go for a drink with him later.
It does make you think about when you think about Justin Bieber and people like that who there's literally nowhere in the world that they can go and just be a normal. It's
That's
like
it,
imagine the pressure. I mean, you say pressure. I mean, fucking 500 million quid softens a blow, of course. But also, it's like at the end of the day, you can't put a price on a kid's happiness. Do you know what I mean?
You can't enjoy it. You can't have fun, can you?
No.
Like I've always thought that. Like again, like looking at like say British actors in like soaps. You know, imagine wanting to go for a cheap week's holiday in like I mean, you wouldn't have to. You probably on decent money, but going, we're going to Benidorm on a stag. It's like I can't go Benidorm because I'll get. Do you know what I mean?
You can though. You can.
I don't. Imagine being friggin' I don't know Gail Platt going to Benidorm.
On that ball.
Sat on the beach with your tits out and he's gawping at you.
Bored.
Gail Platt watching that Star Wars show.
So I think are we accidentally saying that fame could be overrated?
I think it can be. I think that's the thing in it. Like, I think with fame, and I think this is interesting actually. With you guys, like you were saying there, it's everything you ever wanted. That's mint. Like people go, oh fucking, they just want to be famous. I'm like, that's fine. That's someone's like, that's what they want to do. Like, that's not something I've ever wanted to do. I just enjoy acting. I love acting. Love that side of it. And then the fame's like a byproduct of it.
Yeah.
But then, like, is it? I don't know. Like, is it the same with musicians? Do you know what I mean? Is it the same? Is your goal? I mean, it's everyone's thing. Is your goal to make great music, and then the byproduct is the fame, or is it like, no, we need, because we live in a world now where you need that fame to make you number one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have the best album in the world, but like, say if no one's buying it.
It'd be nice to have a balance in it of being able to do it but then have a life. Like the other day, Joe was literally balls naked in the gym shower and some man came over and started talking about the album while he was just having a little shower in the gym. It's like you want your kind of home life to be normal and then also
Really love the album, mate. Crap Willie though.
Are we on about Russell Brand?
That's a shame, isn't it?
Because you're famous, lad. Yeah, there's a fine line between it, innit? But like you said, if you want to just make good music and make like a bit of a legacy,
and have a shower in peace.
and have a shower in peace.
No, I love it, man. There's not a point when anyone's ever not come up to me and I've not been buzzing about it.
Yeah,
it is nice.
Yeah.
It is a nice feeling for your work to be respected and
appreciated.
And like you say, there's that little bit of you that goes, yeah, man, that was that. You know what I mean? Like, that's good.
Especially when it's really fit women.
Great.
Yeah.
It's the best,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. When
I've not had that yet, but I'm hoping it does happen at some point.
Yeah, the pics outweigh the bad, definitely. Yeah. Like
Are you looking at my? Wait, are you?
Are you Gail Platt?
So I can't escape the fact that you. I don't know if we've even spoke about it. I don't know. You said like Nando's is overrated.
Yeah, I don't really dig Nando's. It makes me need a poo immediately. I poo in Nando's.
Do you both? Are you the same with Nando's?
Yeah, but I feel like the other half of the band really like Nando's. This divided us in
We
the
have
van on the way here.
bandos.
Yeah, we have
We have to go to bandos all the time.
But I always think the chicken's dry.
Yeah, it's crap, innit?
Yeah, it also makes me need a poo.
You're saying we order the wrong thing.
Yeah, well that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Chicken.
Do you get the halloumi? Because that's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm not really into Nando's. I mean, we go there. I think
We
we
have
go
a
because it's like
Nando's.
ritual now, don't we?
Mm.
But I'm always just pooing in the disabled toilet like 5 minutes after eating it.
What do you have though? What do you both have?
Well,
Nando's.
What's your Nando's order?
If I pretend I'm dead healthy, and then I'll just drink like 10 Stellas after, but I'll get like the salad, and then with halloumi and chicken.
Nando's do salad. Wow.
lemon and herb is a bit too spicy for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
See, I'm extra hot, mate.
I-
Yeah, Joe's extra.
love the
I'm hot.
spice.
Yeah.
I think spicy food's overrated. Why would you just want to be
No.
terribly uncomfortable?
What's the point in
Yeah.
it? What is the point in it?
No, it's not. There's
Nice
there's
spicy
a flavour
food,
to
yeah.
it. There's a
There's not.
taste to
And
it.
the
It's
risk
all-
of
it's all
shitting
about
yourself's
pride.
good, innit?
Yeah, you play
Yeah, it is.
like
It's a
Russian
dick's-
roulette.
Yeah.
You dance.
Having spicy food is a dick swinging contest.
It is.
Oh, I've
No,
got this
it's
one.
not.
Oh, yeah,
No,
but
no,
I've got this
it
one.
Can
Fuck
be.
off.
It can be. But if you appreciate spicy food,
How can you appreciate your mouth being hot to touch
because you get the flavours.
when
the
all you're
flavour.
trying to do is just enjoy your food?
Yeah, it's rubbish.
Makes
I'll
no
not
sense.
have it. You don't want to eat to be uncomfortable.
Nah.
Build up your...
Yeah, you can build up your tolerance. Like I've got quite a high kind of spicy food tolerance. I think.
What's your curry order?
Quite a high.
Pardon?
What's your
food.
curry order?
This is the thing. Yeah, if you go for a curry, so I will dial it down because then I'm like I don't want to be at the table like do you know what I mean with everyone. I have dabbled with like a vindaloo fowl once or twice, but then you just sat there like
And then you just
sweating
call
and
it,
looking
yeah.
like do you know what I mean? So you kind of dial it down a little bit, but yeah, no, I like spice.
What's your go-to curry order?
Karma. Not even bothered.
Jalfrezi.
John Fraser. Yeah, I can't really do it. I don't even know what I would order.
Karma, 4
Tandoori
naan breads.
mix.
So what's that?
4 naan.
4
Four
naan
naan
breads.
breads.
Yeah.
Lamb
Naan
burger,
breads.
chicken bhuna.
We go to one when we're on tour in Birmingham. There's one that does a table naan bread, and Tom's like, "Yeah, we'll have 4 of them." The guy was like, "No, it's the whole table. You just like eat off it. It's mint."
Mate,
But
I'll
yeah.
have 4 of them. It's like when I first went to Five Guys, I was like, I'll have a large fries, and they're like, oh,
Idiot.
that's you won't need a large. Give me a large fries. No.
That'd be 30 quid.
Yeah.
Five Guys is nice, but it's expensive.
It is
isn't
expensive,
Yeah.
but
I
I think
think
it's
that's
worth
why
every
it's
penny.
called Five Guys, because that's how many people's fucking yearly wage you need to earn to go into a meal.
What's would you say is the most like visited place to eat on a tour?
We've been smashing Pepe's recently, haven't we?
Yeah.
Pepe's, what's
German.
that?
Oh,
Pepe's is like a fake Nando's.
Fake
isn't it?
Nando's,
Oh, is
But it's
it?
better.
Oh, is
Oh,
it?
It's alright,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's better.
Oh yeah, German doner kebab.
We've been
The
smashing
GDK.
German.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we've been
nice.
Yeah, I
smashing
don't
that
mind a
lately.
Nice.
GDK. Yeah,
And
yeah.
that makes me need a poo.
Everything
immediately
makes
as
you
well.
need a poo.
I know I'm probably celiac, but I feel like if I go and like get tested, they'll tell me you can't have pizza anymore.
You're gonna die.
yeah.
What
But I'll
about
die happy, thank you.
what about a Wagamama's? Anyone
Oh yeah,
love a
that's why I
Wagamama's?
love anything like that. But these are always majority rules. But yeah, I'll have anything Wagamama's or.
Yeah, Wagamama's
Nice.
overdoes Nando's for me.
I was famous enough to have a 50% off Tampopo card
Oh,
as an
wow,
influencer.
nice.
Tampopo, you know.
No.
Have you ever been Tampopo?
It's
There's one in
Uh-huh.
TC.
Yeah.
It's
TC.
No, it's really good. It's like Wagamama, but it's
TP and TC.
yeah.
Probably TP and TC.
I want some TF type.
Mate,
thing.
you're a DH.
Fucking hell. It's Japanese food.
It's like Thai, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's
yeah.
really good. Tampopo, shout out Tampopo.
Thai food's great.
And you got a 50% card
Are
of
you
the
still trying to
coffee now.
endorse him? What's
Yeah,
going
no,
on?
it's expired actually. So no, don't go there.
Fuck them.
I'll tell you to go there when they reinstate my card.
That'll come flying in now with the number one.
Gotta be.
You'll
Yeah.
have-
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I reckon
50% off it.
You know what? I just missed a call then, and it was from.
Who was it?
I
Bring
don't
it
even know
back.
if I should talk about it. Right, what do you think about that?
Let's ring
Because
it back
I'm
now,
bald, man,
live,
right? Look,
Whoever it is.
What?
Oh,
I went
It's
bald.
a shock. That's a shock. It's a shock.
Did you not expect that? What did you think was under
you
there?
can put,
But now it makes so much sense. Yeah, God, it's shining. I get the hat, I get it.
Yeah, man.
you bick it though, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's
So who
take
was
it.
that then, your hairdresser?
No, what that was is because now I've got a number 1 album. A company have got in touch with me, and it's one of them hair systems.
Oh, well, like
Have
a
you seen
transplant.
them? Well, it's not a transplant, mate. They've reinvented the wig,
Right.
basically.
They've
So
changed the name wig to.
hair system because they feel like it'll
Hey, is he wearing a hair system?
appear to men. Yeah. Oh, mate, is that a hair system? So basically, it is a wig, but it's like real hair, and you grow your own hair around the sides and back, and then they glue it on.
Oh.
But it's like
But how long does that
They
last for?
do look good.
I think they last for a couple of months, and you got to get it done again.
You
and
rocking
again.
up to your next gig with a full-on Elvis.
Well, that's it, man. Like,
Yeah, you
I don't like. I think they're ringing me to give me one,
Yeah.
and I don't know if all my mates will call me Wigfield.
I want you
Police
to hang it
Chief
back on the
Wiggum.
phone,
Yeah.
Chief Wiggum.
That's what I'll get.
Well, they can't,
Mr.
'cause
Burns.
it's not a wig.
Well, it's his hair system, so do a pun about that,
Yeah,
Darren
yeah,
Pugh.
Calm down, mate. Keep your air system on.
There you go.
Oh, fucking hell.
Like, what do you think? Should I do that? Should I go for it? I don't even know if I'll look cool with hair anymore.
When
Give
you,
it a try when you're not on tour. Get used to it. Like when
I'm always
when
on
you
tour.
that's the thing, innit? Popular
Just wear a
bastard.
hat.
Where's
Wear a
He's
hat.
got one on now.
Yeah, what's the
Yeah,
point?
but you don't need one then, do you? Just wear a hat.
I don't know. I kind of do want one because I feel like every guy
want
that
one
I've
because
seen,
it's free.
It's free, and like you
I
must
know-
get
I
free
know- I
stuff.
know the
Yeah,
concept.
Yeah,
it's
I've
welcome.
accepted
I've
so
got
much
some free
random
stuff on
shit.
right now. I got a pair of boxer shorts.
You've got them KP
Oh.
nuts.
I've
on,
got the
haven't
KP nut boxer shorts on.
When
They
I
were the
saw
only
that
thing in
come
my
through.
drawer this morning.
you? When I saw that come through, I was like, no, I don't want KP nuts.
It's for
boxes.
Movember.
Oh.
It's not even November.
No, but they do it in
Original or dry roasted?
The dry roasted ones.
Oh.
Are we on about your nuts or the? Yeah.
Dry roasted and a little bit bigger than Russell Brand's.
So minus the hair system.
Yeah.
What's the best like free shit you've been given?
Like guitars and that.
I was
aren't
gonna
you?
say you
Yeah,
must
we
get
get
that.
guitars and amps and all stuff like that, but I'm trying to think. We got a load of lamps. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Like really nice lamps for our
Like,
travel
yeah, we'll put it in a
lamps.
music video and we'll put it in
Oh
like.
yeah, I
loads of-
bullshit everyone. Me, I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
always
yeah.
sliding into everyone's DMs like, oh hi, yeah, if you give me one of your
Teslas.
futons, then I'll take it on stage. I'm always trying to blag it.
Yeah, I'm such a blagger. That's the only reason I haven't deleted my social media. I think
Because you can
because
get.
it's just an avenue for free shit.
Yeah.
It's a window of opportunity
It
that I'm
is.
not willing to close. Yeah, I love it.
It's nice. Isn't it? That's the best thing. Forget the fame. That's the best thing. Like just
Free
getting,
shit.
even if it's just the odd thing, it's like, oh, that's nice. That I didn't have to pay for me trainers. Yeah. I
Like
Yeah,
gig
it's
tickets is a good one as
Gig
well. I
tickets
think.
is
Oh
great.
yeah, I don't have to pay
Tickets.
for gigs anymore.
Getting it. Yeah, so you're gonna invite us. That's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
getting
You
at.
go, anywhere you want.
Yeah.
Well, like the only thing that's good about music industry is that I don't have to pay for any gig now. Like any gig.
Do you
Yeah.
reckon
get
you could go
anything.
see Elton John for free?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive. Take me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Can we go see Elton John together then?
Yeah.
Sorted. When we doing it?
I'm his
cool.
fucking favourite character.
Sorry, mate. I can only get two. You can pirate it at home.
Oh.